Good morning. Ian Quick, Millionaire by 50. Today is Wednesday, July 15th. Another beautiful day. Um, Today I want to talk about enhancing your environment. Um, Let me tell you a few stories. Back in 2006, I split up with my ex-wife. Uh, we lived out in the countryside. I didn't want to be a single guy living out in the country. So uh, she kept the house. I found an apartment. Was it great? I found an apartment. Was it great? No, but it served my needs at the time. Um, but to me, it was always a transition place, so I never bothered to decorate it, to paint the walls, to do anything. I didn't make it my home. Uh, Year and a half later, I meet the current wife, and eventually she moves in, and she thought the place looked horrible, and get a little accent rug here, a little this. But I was always reluctant to paint till eventually she convinced me to paint the place, even though we knew it was a temporary home. While we were there, we might as well feel good about it. So I did. Painted a few of the rooms, and it did look nicer. Of course, as this is happening, the neighborhood around us is evolving, and we eventually had to get out. And we wind up where we are now. This place didn't hesitate and decorated from the start. But one of the rooms we never did was her office. And after being confined COVID for so many months, where she had to do all her work from her home office, she was finding it depressing and wasn't eager to go in there and be productive. She had done one wall a while back where she'd asked me to do it and decorate it, and it looked good, and mainly just because so she could have, whenever she was doing broadcast, she could have something nice behind her. There are ideas of redecorating, moving things around, and that wall would not be in use the same way. And uh, there's issues that the other three walls are very ugly. So she's got me to start decorating it again, but not just put a bit of paint on the wall. Um, Two of the three walls that need to be done are going to have a marble texture, which is not overly hard to do, but it's very time consuming. It requires putting a base coat on and then grabbing your secondary paint and dipping a rag in it and sort of kind of wringing it and then just rolling that rag down the wall. Anyways, long story short, um, with all the colors going in, doing the ceiling and all that, this is going to be a 2 to 3 day job. And we plan to not be here in a couple of years because in a few years, we're going to be millionaires and move into a dream home. So why bother? Why bother if we're going to be gone in a few years? Well, it's pretty simple. Putting off something just because it will become obsolete eventually doesn't mean it's not important now. If my wife is in a room that she feels good in, she will be more productive. She's already incredibly productive, um, but she'll enjoy it. She'll be attracting that good vibe and do better. It's like the story you hear about some people who would carry a big wad of cash in their pockets so they could feel rich, even if they didn't have a big wad. put $100 bill on the outside, and the rest, even if it's just cut of paper, when it's folded over, it looks like a big stack of hundreds. Or feel rich. Gets them in that mindset. My wife wants to be in a beautiful, conducive environment. It gets her in that mindset. And there's value to that. It's hard to feel successful when you feel like you're in a dump. So you enhance what you have now to make you feel like you've already attained what you want. You know, if when I look around in my house, I say, wow, this is nice. We deserve to be in something nice. We um, have the means to provide something nice, and we can continue to do so. And it becomes a mindset thing, a very important one. And that's often neglected. People don't realize the importance of this environment. I, for one, did not see value in it for a long time. I was just like, meh, it's a waste of time and effort and resources. Why bother? Now I know. Bothering is important. Keep your environment up to the standard of what you aspire, not the circumstances you were stuck in. And that doesn't just apply to rooms and decor. If you're driving a beat up car and you wish you had something better, I'm not saying go broke over it, but you know what? You can look around and you can find something of much better quality at a price you can afford. A colleague of mine, despite the uh, the pandemic situation, and he's a performer too, money's kind of tight. Well, he did find a bit of a part-time job somewhere else that helps out. But he was driving, a beat up old car that he paid $500 for. It was meant to be practical, and at first that's what he needed. But he's doing better now, and they have another baby on the way. So they looked around and they managed to get a great deal on financing on a brand new 2020. Um, I don't know if it's a minivan or if it's an SUV, but either way, something big for the whole family. Plus, he can carry his show gear and stuff, and he feels great about it, and he should. He went from a rusty old crappy car to a really nice brand new car, and he's feeling like a king right now, and he should. Power to him. For some people, it's clothes. Uh, Me, I've always dressed for comfort. Um, I like jeans and a t-shirt. You'll notice I'm not wearing the suit and tie doing this. Actually, suit and ties make me feel constricted, and so that is not for me. But for some people, nice clothes make them feel good. And if that's the case for you, dress nice. Have people notice, like, wow, you're always impeccably paid. You look like you mean business. Um, yeah, the old lawyering days and back when I was in high school, um, school with uniforms and the shirt and tie, it to me um, has a negative impact. I wear suits when I have to, but given the choice, I will never wrap a tie around my neck. It produces a negative mindset for me, so I don't do it. But something that produces a positive mindset, by all means, do it. If it's wearing, great. Like I said, if it's decor, if it's your car, even your accessories. You got a beat up old wallet that just looks like get something nice that looks like money belongs in it. You can manage your environment to enhance your current experience and make you feel like you're worth a lot more. I think you guys get the point. I It took me a little while with my wife, but I got the point. And to us, enhancing our home makes a big difference. But no, let's talk about today's gratitudes. I'm grateful for yet another gorgeous day. Um, I'm grateful that my wife is actually, this will sound funny, she's going away on a little getaway this week. She's been working very hard, cooped up for a long time, and with one of her best friends who is part of our little bubble that we're allowed. Uh, they've rented a little resort somewhere. It's just a private cabin, meals are included, and it's just secluded nature and a getaway, relaxation. And she deserves it. She's worked so hard through all this, and you know, being a mom full time, and being an entrepreneur full time, and being a wife full time, and being a house manager full time, and especially with the recent project she did for Little Rays, that was a lot of stress, and she deserves this so much. And I'm grateful she has the opportunity, despite the global conditions right now, that she has an opportunity to safely have a little getaway, um, and not worry about day-to-day life. I'm grateful that gives me the opportunity to really um, be in her office while she's gone, so when she comes back, she'll have something beautiful. Um, yeah, I'm grateful I can do something to enhance my wife's work experience and enhance our lives. On that note, I'll see you guys tomorrow.